If it was the other way around, he would have been easily in like jail. Moral of the story is, if you lie about rape, you should go to prison. Anything that would solicit the other person going to jail, you should almost take that bid. At least that bid and a half. Like, if someone could risk technically go to prison for like 10, 20 years, I expect you in there for, your sentence should be 10 years and you should maybe leave at 5. You need something that scares the shit out of you for you to not to lie. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. We've been talking about rape for a minute, and we always start,
we was like, this is our quick topic.
Exactly, we were like, let's start with a nice fluffy one. Let's go with Chris Brown. He beat. The next thing we want to talk about is, wait, do you know who Terroll Lewis is?
Yeah, I do know.
Oh,
I've
seen him before?
I've like actually seen him.
Oh, in person, same. So basically, for those of you who don't know, Terroll Lewis is a London kind of influencer type guy, man with a beard, big boy, big beard Lewis. A few months ago, he was on a train. He happened to see this drunk white lady and her little group kind of berating this just young, I can't just say the races now, this young black dude that was kind of sitting on the train as well. And he had like his bag on the seat, and she was like proper drunk. I don't mean tipsy, she was like slurring speech and all that. She was abusing the kid and saying, well, you should be getting all that, whatever. And the kid just wasn't really moving. He didn't know how to react. And Terroll was happy to be on the train, and he basically saw that the kid at some point was going to snap. You know, London used him. It's only so far you can push a you, and before he's going to be like, yo, and start switching up. And he was like, okay, I'm going to sit next to him, because even though in that aspect, it's probably justified if the kid did switch, he didn't want that representation for like the angry black kids. You know what's going to happen?
Because
if he flips out.
He's been in that situation. He would have been in that situation too, so he knows.
He knows the situation.
He knows that girl would probably say all that harmful stuff, and then if the guy switches, who's going to be in the wrong? Exactly.
And it's more or less like stereotype. Like if you objectively looked at it, you see the group are like because they're grown as well. They weren't young. The women were like 30s, I would say.
Yeah,
and
maybe
like
20s, 30s,
exactly. And then he's like, what? The kid was like 15ish, 16. If someone objectively saw it, you'd instantly think the kid's the one in the wrong. So he ends up sitting down to the kid. The women continues to like now at this point attack them both in terms of verbally, and he pulls out his phone to record it all because he knows, yo, the things that people can say, almost like we spoke about before, when you don't have anything recording, you can go wrong. So he ends up recording this whole instance of him and this woman that's more or less berating them, saying, oh my God, what do you do? Are you a drug dealer? Blah, 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 blah. Loads of little racial slurs, right? And at some point on that train, after her like attacking him with verbals, because she wants him off the train, she goes off the train, goes to the conductor and says that sexual allegations happen. Someone sexually assaulted her.
Yeah.
Accusing Terroll of sexually assaulting her when the train's full. He's been recording. Everyone can see that she's lying. But because of that, they got kicked off the train. They had to like stay with the police for like a couple of hours, to the point the police had to even drive them home. Considering this is Coventry, the police had to drive them to London. That's a long one, you know, because there was no other trains that were available, because it was one of the last trains. And basically she made up this whole lie, basically all founded lie, accused him of sexual allegations. And after months of him trying to sue her now, to like, obviously you can't just do that and get away with it, you're going to tarnish my name. If I didn't record these, people would believe you. I'd be in prison. You know, if some woman had accused you of sexual anything like that, you are going to go to prison. Unless, like, you know, you can prove your innocence. And after the courts and all the filming, the courts got back to him and just said to him, well, we're dismissing the charges because it's lack of evidence, even though there's non-stop witnesses on the train that actually gave their names in. And he videotaped the whole thing where you can see it. She's slapping his hat off, she's saying racial stuff. The actual train people, because it's documented with the actual train company of Coventry, because she filed a sexual harassment claim. They just said there's nothing they can do, which is shocking, because you think, how can all of it, like, he did the most, he recorded from beginning to end, he made it, even went viral, and they still was like, But if it was the other way around, he would have been easily in like jail.
Exactly.
So it's kind of shocking, and it's like, if you don't know that situation, go Google it. Terroll Lewis train incident, that's probably the term to search, and it's mad.
Well, the thing is, like, when you think about it, right, it already has been the other way around. So she did, initially, she's obviously said, you know, there's been this sexual whatever, the police have come, right?
The police came.
So I'm not saying that, you know, they came on that day, this guy's got arrested or whatever, or whatever it is, whether it's an arrest or whatever. So they've been with the police for a couple of hours. They're not being, like, obviously they haven't been found guilty at this point, but they've already started to take that one seriously. Do you know what I mean? In terms of what's happened, it's just been a claim.
Because even when they came on the train, the police, they more or less said, you two gentlemen, he goes, and everyone on the train going, yo, nothing happened, X, Y, Z, and they went, oh, well, we're here to find out for sure, so if you can take your bags off. And he's like, yo, why am I taking my bags off?
Exactly.
So automatically she's ruined their day.
So she's, like, her situation has been taken more seriously already from absolutely nothing. Then
considering that she's drunk as well.
The other way around. But I don't know, like, being drunk, fair enough, like, you know, shit like that happens because at the end of
I
the
feel
day,
like I'm not saying that drunk people can't get like harassed. It's more the fact that she's there drunk, like super, like she's not being the most polite of people either. And then you also have a whole bunch of full train, not like it's one car and like one guy.
Yeah.
You got like 20 plus
full.
people that are saying, bro, nothing happened. At this point, they still were putting her opinions over him. I don't know whether it was a race thing or just a case of it's a woman attacking a man. That's what I personally feel like it is. I do feel like though, if it was the other way around though, I do think that would have been the narrative: black boy attacks white woman. But the other way around, I'm just gonna go with at this current point, her being a woman, she more or less accuses him, and that's why it's bad. If it was I couldn't tell you, to be honest. If she accused a white guy, would it have been the same thing?
Who knows?
I have no clue. It's one of those things that you can't really say. You can make assumptions. I will say, if I was to go in me, I probably wouldn't say it's racist, but for the sake of the podcast, I'm gonna just go with woman accuses man. Man's innocent.
Think realistically, you feel like it's sexist at the point.
At the least.
Like you feel like it. You know, as it stands, the law kind of favors the woman.
Yeah, well, that's definitely, and I understand it because women are meant to be the more inferior creature person, but it's like, in this instance, I feel like it was so obvious that she should have had some sort of
inferior creature.
Hey, hey. First of all, I dialed it back. I meant like.
I don't know what you even mean by inferior, to be honest.
I meant like not as strong as men.
Yeah.
Which is why usually I don't mean inferior in terms of like women are technically usually smart. I meant like in terms of.
And we go through more things, you know what I mean? Like strongness.
You pop out kids and that, yeah that's different. In this scenario, that's not going to help you on a train, is it? Like in the event that like he actually
I know what you mean.
her.
No, I guess.
Yeah. It's just
they're more vulnerable.
Yeah. But we're moving into a climate where everyone's meant to be more equal. And at that point, if he had done the same thing towards her, they wouldn't have cared. If he had said, "Yo, sexual relations," this woman. If she technically say she just grabbed his peck, that counts as almost grabbing a boob, right? If he had said, "Oh, this woman grabbed my chest," I guarantee the train conductor probably would have been like, "You okay, bro?" Because he's a man, he should not feel any type of way. And it's like, how can you judge when to say something serious and when not?
Yeah.
So it's just.
I agree.
I just think that the main thing. I think everything up until like the court coming back, I think was almost okay-ish. Even though I think it's real bad that they got took off the train and stuff, but I do understand that.
Yeah, because
sexual
if it was to go,
yeah,
exactly. If it was to go both ways, I'm not even saying that what they done was bad.
Yeah.
If it was like, okay, we took that bit seriously, now we're gonna take your case seriously, then you think, okay, fair enough, they've taken both parties.
In my opinion, it's not even the police that did that; it's the court, like the judge, because the police. Technically, they have to do worst case scenario. Even though I do think it was over the top, and when everyone's saying no, I feel like they should. Like a normal person would probably say, like a security guard probably would have been, "Oh, cool." Because you're the police, is different. You can't take the risk. Because if you ignore the complaint and it turns out to be true, even if it's smidgen, you're screwed. So I understand why they had to do that, and in the end, they had to drive them all the way to London. That's your fault, because you know, what to do. But it's the court that are the ones that reviewed all the evidence, including the video footage, including all the complaints from the passengers, because all of them were pissed because they stopped their journey as well for like an hour, and they still was like lack of evidence was their line. How can lack of evidence be the thing when you've got the whole thing videotaped? You got bare flipping victims, you got bare people watching, and you even got this train staff saying the situation.
Yeah.
That line is the cop out. Even if they came with any other excuse, like we don't find this devious enough to prosecute her, it still would have been a dickhead thing.
Yeah.
But at least you'd be like, But when they're using the line of
lack of evidence,
I feel like, did you even check it?
Yeah. Did you even look into that?
So I do think that's some sort of bias, whether that's some sort of racial bias or just the judge was like, "Oh, that's a dude, he's cool." You know what I mean? I don't know how they judge it, but I feel like that was a shocking thing.
It is shocking.
So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there, because I was watching Terroll when it came out live and he first posted. I was like, shit, I can't wait to see what happens, because I was hoping that she would get something. Something that's so. And just think this.
You know what? Generally, I mean, she won't get anything, but she'll just.
Oh, she's definitely getting online hate. She's getting slated.
Exactly.
But I want like time. Not prison. I want something.
I want prison time.
You know, even if it's community service, I feel like when you make those type of allegations, I don't care if you're drunk or not. That's a line to cross. It's one thing if you said, "Oh, he was being a bitch to me, kick him off," and you know they normally say that. I've been there, people done that. I've put someone trying to say it to me on a bus when I was younger. "Oh, kick him off, they're being loud." You know. That's a different scenario. Once you say the word rape or sexual assault, that's something that you need because if they had done the right thing and gave us something, whether it's community service for like 2 months.
Yeah.
That could then potentially deter someone else that's in that semi-stupid mind frame from
Sure.
doing it. But when they saw that she got away with it, they
I
made this
just
thing
think
to do the same thing
what,
one day.
What worries me is that she was drunk, like severely drunk, right?
Yeah.
And first thing she thought was sexual offence. So
She knew what
it
would
means
be the
that
worst thing to attack the dude. That's
so
what's
it means
shocking.
she's got potential to do that again, or she's done
Yeah.
that before. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because the first thing I'm not thinking straight away. I'm not even thinking anything like that. If I'm drunk,
Why
right?
sexual
you
as well?
wouldn't
Like,
think-
one thing if she said assault, she went sexual. Because she was thinking, what's the worst thing I can do to probably
Yeah.
scare this black man? Which is a man. She's probably thinking, ooh. I can't even think about her mindset. I'm only going to think of the worst case scenario. 'Cause I think she's a dick. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, this woman was literally like, I'm a white woman on a train. He's a black dude. What's one of the worst things that can happen between the two of us? Let me go to sexual assault. That is almost what I would like to think. Or that's what I'm thinking. But I don't want to obviously bias it for myself, because if we were two white people sitting there, they could have a different scenario.
Exactly, and she could have done it with a white man as well. You never know.
Yeah,
like,
that's the whole point.
there's
So we can't just make that assumption.
can't make it,
If you're a white follower and you're watching this, feel free to let me know your opinion. 'Cause I'm actually interested. Everyone's in general, but like I'm always interested to see what people of the race of the person that does the whole incident thinks.
Yeah, because
So I
they
want to make
do
sure
this
that
all the time, like, you know, footballers, like white footballers.